Morning, this is Michael with Dixie Flipper. So, I missed yesterday. I apologize. This will be for 2 days on there. It'll be for day 17 and 18 on my journey through my full-time reseller life. Yesterday was the last 2 days were actually really good from eBay. I don't know what kicked on, but heck, it was worth it. So I'm not going through every sale because we had quite a few. Here is the numbers that I can tell you. So on eBay, this is my dashboard I'm looking at. Wednesday the 17th, I brought in $75.68, and then yesterday, Thursday the 18th, $112.24. Now those numbers I would like to see daily. I would like to see that as a daily normal number, not like $29 or $27, but around there. So going over to my Reseller Genie, give us a little more breakdown. Like I said, Dixie Flipper altogether for the last 2 days brought in $177.98. We had 13 sales altogether, most of them DVDs, some CDs here I see. I did have a little statue sale that been in my store forever, and a couple of our shot glass, and then a magazine as well on there. But everything else, DVDs and CDs on there, which is perfect. I did a deal refund yesterday. A guy claimed that the CD I sent to him came damaged. He sent me pictures with guys. I used to when they send me pictures. Sorry. I used to just refund them and not have them send them back. But with the AI so prevalent today and people using it to get scams off, and that they take the picture of it unbroken, of course, and then tell AI to make another picture of it broken or cracked or whatever. So it was a CD. He claimed it was broken. I said send it back. He sent it back to me. Now this is a disc only CD, so I package them a little differently here. So I put them in the sleeve. Normally it's just I've switched out using these sleeves. I now use a hard sleeve when and new inventory coming in, like a hard case. I used to put them just in these flimsy sleeves, put them in here, in this hard cardboard, and then put that in a poly mailer, and then just a bubble poly mailer on there, and send them out. And I've sent dozens of these out like that and had no problems. In fact, I had reviews on them saying they arrived safely and everyone happy on that. But I have now started to switch over to a thin plastic case, like a slim case instead. I found that they're not much more, maybe a couple pennies more per CD, and I've honestly been trying to stay away from disc only stuff. The sell-through rate is really low on them. They take forever to sell. So the only one time I'm using it is when I get a haul of CDs. The CD case is cracked or broken where it's non-functional, so I'll take them out and swap them out. Or same thing with the DVD case. So he sent back. I got either he took the AI picture, and then when I told him to send back, he broke it himself and sent it back, but it was exactly the same way that the picture looked like. So I don't think he was a scammer. I feel good about giving him the refund on it because it was actually broken. So there was a $14.38 refund plus the additional shipping coming back to me on there. So with everything taken out, shipping labels. Now most of these shipping labels haven't been done. That sold yesterday. Yesterday, like I said, here I'll change that to that. So there's 8 orders that haven't been processed yet. I hope you guys are enjoying your day off of shipping. Today is, like I said, June 19th, and the post office is closed. So there's no need to make sure you get down to the post office. They're not going to be there. So those 8 orders haven't had the shipping taken out of it yet. So let's do this. So I know, like I said, most of them aren't going to be more than $7 on it. So we'll just put $6.99 times by 8. So there's $54.16 missing in there. So that's why. So it will run a little bit differently on there. So right now, with everything, it shows that I have an $89.29 profit, operating profit. If I subtract that from the $54.16, so it'll actually be around a $35.13 operating profit that I've made. Now, the reason why that dropped yesterday, and this kind of leads into what I wanted to talk about. Everyone is talking about AI. AI will help you with promoting your store. You know, if you go off with these AI, posters to Facebook and Google Store and all that kind of stuff. AI will do anything, which AI can. It is a growing technology that is making life easier for a lot of people, including myself. So how AI affects me is AI listing. No. So everyone knows I use ListEasier or Treecat. So my ListEasier subscription doesn't start until Monday. So I've been using Treecat quite heavily for the last couple weeks. Yesterday I just had enough of it. I'm sorry, Treecat. I had 2 issues the day before, right in a row. One in the morning that stopped me for a couple hours, and another one later in the afternoon that then stopped me for the rest of the day. Now, Treecat, they did act quickly in trying to get the resolves, but I just can't have that instability of not having the AI lister working properly for me to build this business, for me to make my money. So I went ahead and I just redid my subscription to ListEasier yesterday sooner. So that's why there's a $73.66 subscription due that was taken out. So there's been quite a lot of argument about, well, our influencers promising that if you do 1,000 listings that you're going to make millions, using this AI, or is it better to use an AI like Treecat where they don't charge you up front and just charge you when it sells? It comes down to the dependability of the software. That's it. Will it work? Will it do what it says it will do? Treecat, yes, when you work, you do exactly what you say you do, and that's great. But the dependability is way down when I have issues that stop me multiple times in a week. ListEasier doesn't. That's the whole pie of it. ListEasier does not have that issue. Now that's in my case, and that's my experience. You may have different experiences. You may have where ListEasier for some reason you've had nothing but problems with, and Treecat has saved the day. Great. Use what works for you. Use what works that you think has to. If you're a part-time reseller and you're not depending on this money to pay your mortgage, then sure, use Treecat. It's not a big deal if you go down and you have to wait a day or two for them to fix the issue. on that side. Me personally, I need this money to support my family. So having it down for a couple of days kills my ability to do that. That's where it comes down to, guys. Let's stop this argument of, oh well, this AI is lister is better than this one. They all work basically the same way in theory. Now, true, I know Treecat tends to do their listings through like pull their information from like Google search and Google Shopping and that. And ListEasier pulls their information directly from eBay. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, use whatever works for you. ListEasier only lists on eBay. Treecat can list on several platforms. You know, on their side. They can list on. They can list on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, whatnot, Amazon, and Facebook. And there's a couple more coming on. John Flipping Ain't Easy made a video, a sneak peek about what other platforms might be coming to Treecat, which is great. I applaud Treecat for keep innovating. But they're not my lister until they can become more dependable on my side. Right now, ListEasier takes the cake. It does more of the things I need to do. Supports multiple store. Treecat is getting on that. On there. That's what I need. I need multiple store support. I have 3 eBay stores. I need that capability. So when Treecat has that capability, great, I might use it a little bit more on my other stores. But for right now, they're just not there. As an influencer said, AI is not ready for prime time. Well, I think ListEasier is there. Treecat, not so right now. But they will be, and I believe that. So that leads into my next influencers. Okay, I wouldn't count myself an influencer. I have 80 subscribers. The 80 subscribers, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for subscribing. If you're watching this channel and you like what you're seeing, like and subscribe. It helps me. But me are social influencers. Take what they and we say with a grain of salt. Meaning, yes, most of them have deals with these AI listing companies that they get to use the software for free. But a lot of them also do beta testing. Now, beta testing is saying, hey, I will test your software so that when it goes out on market, it works properly, and I'll tell you what's wrong with it. That to me seems a fair trade-off. I'm paying ListEasier for the ability to list without having any kind of problems on my side. I'm not a beta tester. Now, if I was a beta tester, yeah, I would be like, gotta give me a discount, or at least a discount, or let me use it for free. I'll let you know what problems I run into. And that would be, if I was a beta test for Treecat, I would be like, okay, this is part of being a beta tester. I am telling them bugs that I am running into, and then they go on and fix it so that doesn't affect their normal customer. So yes, influencers most likely aren't paying for the software. Absolutely. But do I suggest that you pay for it yourself? Yeah. Pick 2 or 3 AI listers. Try them out for a month. Then pick which one you like the best. Period. I like ListEasier, and I understand that I'm paying it up front because I want the dependability of the software. That's what I'm paying up front for. The listings are just what happens. That's just the normal thing that happens. You know, Treecat, I am not paying up front, but I feel like I'm not getting the dependability of the software. Me, like I said, I need that dependability. That's why ListEasier went out. So, like I said, take the grain of salt. Here's an example. So Wednesday, with all the problems, I was still managed to get 32 items listed. That's not bad, but it's not great either. Yesterday, when I got up and I got my ListEasier going, I got 88 done before dinner. That 32 would turn me all day and past dinner. That 88 turned me until dinner. I was able to stop, have dinner with my wife and my kids, and enjoy the evening. In fact, the only thing I came in here for later that night was to refill some 5 bins for this morning, and that's it. So I hope that explains why I'm choosing ListEasier over Treecat. Treecat's still a great company, still a great program. I think they just have a little work to do here and there. If you do want to do cross-listing, it is wonderful. Like I said, they cross-list through all those platforms, as well as I think 2 more. Etsy, I heard, was one of them. I couldn't see the other one, John. I'm sorry, when you were pointing them on your screen, I just couldn't see them, but I tend to have it screened down so I can do work. But more are coming. So if you need a good AI lister, or I'm sorry, a good cross lister, I know a good AI lister. I mean, it's not all bad, guys. And you don't have a lot of money up front, Treecat is a good option. You can do the AI listing and then cross list it to any of your platforms, and you're good. I'm not doing cross listing right now, so right now I'm just taking advantage of having the program grab my listings from eBay, so I can keep everything in the same thing, the same spot, in case someone eBay decides to start delisting everything on it. So again, Treecat's great. Not for me right now. It's not right for the prime time. I think ListEasier is. So thank you again for listening to me. Like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing, as well as comment. I would love to have comments. So someone did comment on my last video. They let me pull up the comments. So they said, and I noticed your eBay link is Desert Rat. I know the name from a few things. First, one that sticks out is a video game called Just Cause 2 MPB. It would be odd if that was you. So, no, that wasn't me. This is from Secondhand Media Man. No, that was not me, man. Reason why that came about was when I first opened my store. It was called Desert Rat. When you open a store on eBay, they do your URL with your store name. I have tried to change that several times when I changed it to Dixie Flipper to show it in the URL, and you can't. Only way you can do that is you have to go in, you have to stop your source description and restart it. And then it will finally kick in and change it, as I've been told. But I have called eBay themselves, so they say they can't be done, and everything else. So that's why. So if you look at my description, look for my store link, it will be Dixie, or it'll be Desert Rat, but it's me, Dixie Flipper. Go and click on that. So I wanted to let you know, and the main reason why I changed it was there was a store here in St. George that is named the Desert Rat, and so we were getting our mails crossed. The post office wasn't sure who to go to, so not so much the post office, but like UPS or FedEx. and I don't get a lot of mail from them anyways, but there was some issues there, so that's why I changed it. I think Dixie Flipper describes me more than Desert Rat, so that's why, again, I want to thank you guys all watching. Thank you again for the comment, Secondhand Media Man. I appreciate your support, and hey, if you like what you see, like I said, subscribe, like, let me know. All right, you guys have a good morning. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on Monday. Bye.
Game over.